Come to the centers of your mats here. Okay. Welcome to Nourish. This is our stretching and flexibility class. Please be in these stretches in the way that is best for you. For this class especially, I'm going to offer some modifications, but Kevin will be demonstrating first of all the full version of the stretch, and then we'll follow that up with other modifications for you to have available. So let's just start in the center of our mats as we always do. Feet nice and parallel. Find the balance in your body. Roll back your shoulders and pay attention to your posture for a moment. Just think about whether you're starting to get that head forward inclination we do sometimes as we're aging. And let's bring the head into alignment with the spine. Palms forward, nice and soft. Inhale, reach up tall. Big breath in, exhale completely. Little bend in the knees, inhale, sweep the arms up. My arms are so big you had to move back and exhale. Oh, the ceiling fan was going to catch his fingertips. Okay, we're going to just come into a diagonal reach here. So we're going to inhale and reach up with the right and down with the left. Striking between those fingertips for a big diagonal stretch. Don't hold your breath. Not leaning into this, nice and straight. And let's take that upper hand to opposite hip. Reach up with your left, nice and tall. And let's sink into a side bend over to the right. Press through your right foot and bring your lower body into stability. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, reapproach that stretch. And sweep that arm all the way around and bring it down. Let that hand go. We're going to just strike down the fingertips. I'm going to go sideways for this. We're going to strike down the fingertips towards the floor. You'll feel that shoulder lower and that top line stretch. Pull the elbows back. That'll feel awkward, I know, but it's good. And strike. Draw the elbows behind. And strike it down, pull away from the ears, and then just release and let that go. Just a nice soft roll of the shoulders back. Loosen that all up. Do you feel, sometimes you feel like little grindy poppy noises in your shoulder blades as they move across the muscles and stuff? That's okay as long as you don't have discomfort. We're just smoothing out some tangles in your fascia, gradually getting better. Let's take that left hand up high, right hand down on the diagonal. Reach, stretch, and bring that hand to hip. Inhale, reach up with the right. Now we do the side bend. Use that left leg, push and get yourself stable. Reach up and sink it over. The ability to lean and not lose your balance is so valuable. Sweep that arm down. And then we do again the strike and the pull, and the strike and the pull. And now let's do the circles going forward instead, just rotating through, loosening up the upper body. And pause. Staying with the shoulders, but in a different way. You're going to find yourself, look forward. Once you know what we're up to, find a focal point forward and just stay in position there and just bring a shoulder under towards the chin and then the other shoulder towards the chin. Feel that wrap around the upper spine, rolling back and forth. I'm not twisting through the hips at all right yet. That's the next piece. We're just standing very still and just shoulders only. Move. All right, and if you feel like you're able to, because you don't get dizzy, just swing through and let those arms loosely wrap around. Feel yourself just consciously loosening up in that rotator cuff and just letting the arms swing. One more set. And come to a halt. I'm going to stay with the shoulders. There's a three-part one, and then we're headed to legs here. Okay, so, and this is for people, especially if you're starting to have nerve injuries through your shoulder and running into your hands, carpal tunnel injuries. But even if you aren't, this is preventative. This is caretaking. If you do a lot of repetitive motions with your hands, we're going to take that arm across the body and support with the other hand. So it goes fist to shoulder, and then you reach out, and then you flare out the fingertips Cross body, yeah, and pull it down. Curl up the hand, bend the elbow. This is just a supporting hand. Extend, flare, curl up, and bend. Now let's take it straight out from that shoulder. Extend, and if you hold your forearm, when you flare your hands, you're gonna feel all the little tendons you're working. It is fascinating. Just loosely holding the forearm and curl up. And finally, out at this diagonal out here and out and flare. That's probably your most challenging one. Bring it back and flare and bring it back. Let that go. Shake it out a little bit. Going to the other side. Cross the body. Fist. Even squeeze your fist.
Punch myself in the face.
And flare it out. And pull those fingertips back. Don't just open your hand. Be really conscious of what is the range of motion in your fingers. Curl it up. One more time. I punch myself in the head too. I must be not used to having this straight out from the shoulder. And open. Arms working so hard. We don't do a lot of exercises with our forearms. This is a good one. And finally, the diagonal. And open.
Go straight out to the side.
Well, if you can do straight out to the side, all for you. I'm doing a diagonal reach. There is a fourth version of just straight out to the side, but I don't usually do that. And let that go. Shake it out. Oh my goodness, we're going to come back there because we've done so much with shoulders that we're going to come back there. So we're going to go into the calf stretch that goes feet are side by side. And we've got ourselves nice and parallel, but what we do is, Kevin's going to show you a side version of some sort with this. We shift into a straight hip and we bend the front knee. Some people like to put their hand on their thigh for this, but that one leg is straight and the hip is shifted back. Okay, but the feet are still side by side. Other side, shift the hip back. Okay, and you can do this just as a balance in the low back if you want, but you just go back and forth nice and slow. Straighten a leg, that hip goes back, bend the front knee. Well, that's not really front because legs are parallel. Okay, and if you want to, you can dance like Beyonce and do all the single ladies dance if you want to. There we go. And come on up. Let's find something to hold on to. Or be very balanced as Kevin does. We're doing our quad stretch. Don't hold me. I hold something, he holds me. This is bad. Okay, and then kick your foot up into your hand and squeeze the heel to the hip. You can use a strap for this if you want to. Sometimes we do this laying down. When you did that and held me so that I could, and I held myself up.
You're probably more stable, huh?
Okay, we're going to press that foot back into the hand, resist a little bit, and then squeeze the heel to the hip.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, and then hug the knee into the chest. That my previous husband was slipping on the ice, grabbed me to catch his balance, threw me underneath him, and then landed on me to cushion his fall. Not the only reason he's my previous husband, but it was in the book. Let's kick the other foot into the hand here. Squeeze the heel to the hip. Don't use me for balance, in other words. And then press that foot into the hand and resist. You don't have to go into dancer's pose like Kevin is, but it's an option. Now stop resisting. Resistance is futile. And squeeze, just squeeze. I don't know what that is from. Is that a Star Wars thing? Knee to chest. It is some Star movie.
No, it's Doctor Who.
Oh, it's Doctor Who. Open the hip if you want to. And bring that knee back. Put that down.
No, resistance is futile. No, you're right. That's Star Trek.
I think that's the Borg.
That's Star Trek.
All right. Now we've given those shoulders a great break, so we're going to come back to them one more time.
Myself.
There we go. Let's make it like a box with the hands above the head here, holding elbows. Nice and tall. Don't crumple into this and drop the chin, okay? Nice and tall. Now all we do is we just lift one elbow towards the ceiling and look up underneath that elbow. come to neutral. I know you want to hold your breath. Let's do it with the breath instead. Inhale, elbow lifts. Exhale, come to neutral. Inhale, elbow lifts. Exhale, come to neutral. One more time.
I just realized
And let that go.
My arms don't really cross my head, and you've got like 8 inches.
I've got very long arms.
I've got little stubby
I
arms.
feel attacked. All right, let's get our straps here and near at hand. Okay, we're going to do one more thing without the straps, but if you need to go grab them right now, we're headed for our forward fold. We're reversing that, so we have less shoulders things going on. We're headed for our forward fold here as we continue to work on this because it's important. Okay, don't worry about if your knees are bent or straight at this point. Just coming into a forward fold. Inhale, reach up. First, we lift up the body so we're not all crumpled down. Now start to come into your forward fold. Bend your knees. Put your hands on your thighs and drop the head down. First forward fold of the day, we're going to be so kind to ourselves. Straighten the legs just a little bit. Bend the knees. Roll up to standing. Okay, I'm going to show you. We're going to go into something in yoga. They call this monkey pose, okay? But just watch if you haven't done this with us before. So we're coming into our forward fold, any amount. I'm going to put my hands on the ground though. Okay, so knees are bent. And then monkey pose is hands are pretty much on the shins and you've got a nice flat tabletop back. And then you come down, knees are bent. If you're here instead, monkey pose would just be into a flat back flex like that, okay? So inhale, reach up. Exhale, let's sweep it down, bend your knees and decide where your hands are going. Knees are bent. Now relax the head. Sweep the hands up towards the shins and flatten the back, straighten the legs. Such a good hamstring stretch right there. Down to the floor, knees are bent. Slide up, hands on shins if you can, flat back. Last time, bend the knees and roll yourself up to standing. There we go. All right, let's grab our straps. Let me see, are we doing, no, don't grab your straps. First we do this, I always forget this because this is my image shows a strap. We're just starting the simple rotator cuff of palms forward, T shape, turn the hands, sweep the arms behind. Glide now. Instead of taking it into 1, 2, 3, let's go through. Just sweep through, rotate those hands and sweep them behind. Sweep through, rotate the hands and put them on top. How does the shoulder feel as you roll through that rotation? Turning the hands is rotating us in the shoulder. Okay, that's the last time because we want to do something else with that. Okay, so we're getting our straps. You can stay just with that exercise. If that's the one you need and the strap is too much for you, do what we just did. Sand angels, we call them in Yuma. Okay? But otherwise, we're getting that strap nice and wide. Just a little bit of tension. We want to almost scrape the top of our head here. Nice and wide. Lift the hands up, nudge into tension, and come back down. And we stop there no matter what our ability is so that you can measure how your shoulders feel today. If that's all you've got and that final rotation isn't available, just keep nudging into that tension, okay? All of a sudden, there'll be this day where you go, oh, there's that last piece. Go ahead and do it, Kevin. Coming through that last piece of rotation. And once you have it, don't let that go. There are so many shoulder issues as we age or as we play sports. Last one, let it go and stop. There we go. And now we're going to create just a bird wing with one hand. We're going to hold that strap. Create a bird wing.
Can I do this with no strap?
Bird wing with the right arm. And you can do it with no strap, that's not a problem. Okay, and grab a hold with the other side. And some people have a hard time linking their hands behind them, so we do it with a strap. Now draw to the left, draw that elbow alongside the body, and just feel that tension. Lay your left ear to your left shoulder. That should be quite a strong stretch all through this top line. Don't be in discomfort. Make good choices. Roll the nose down to the shoulder. Roll the ear back towards the shoulder. And bring the head to neutral. Let's just draw that other one all the way through to the other side. Find the right tension. If you're way out here, your strap is too long. Shorten up your strap. Lay the right ear to the shoulder. Take a breath here. Tuck the nose to the shoulder. Roll back, ear to the shoulder. I end up rolling my eyes when I do that, I don't know why. And bring your head to neutral. Let that go. Shake that out. And we can put the straps to the side until we sit down. We're going to come into a lunge. Let's bring the right foot in front and left foot behind. Very important is we don't have one leg behind the other because it makes us very tippy. We're going to step that to the side and then square out the hips. Bend the front knee and come forward to any amount of lunge. Don't hesitate. Once I'm down here, I'm always adjusting my actual stance because then I know what I need from how far apart my feet are. Okay, gaze is level, shoulders wide. Feel the breadth of the chest as you come forward. Let's straighten the leg, tuck the chin, and come into just a little bit of a pyramid type pose here. Dropping the shoulders down. Now think about this. Don't lead with the head. Lift the shoulders. The head comes along for the ride. And you come back to lunge. Don't lead with the head and neck. Back to pyramid. Maybe you're coming down to the floor now, or maybe you're still elevated like that. That's okay. Lunge. One more time to the pyramid. Come back to lunge. If you're down low, let's get the hands up. All right, here's your bit of a challenge here. Find your focal point, find your balance in your body, and reach for the sky. Nice and long. Sweep the arms down. Look at the control you have. Bend the knee and spring out of that.
Oh, I felt that. After strive.
After strive, you're feeling nourished for sure. Let's change which foot is in front. So the first thing we do is make sure those feet are spread. Got a bit of a distance between them. If you're really tippy, you can always turn out that back toe for a little extra balance. I spent the first 2 years doing this pose with my foot turned out. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Square out the hips and come into your lunge. We didn't just arrive in this spot. Okay, straighten out the leg. We have a lot of compassion for people that are in this journey and hanging in there and watching for progress. Lift the shoulders and lunge. Okay, decide. Is your hands coming all the way to the floor? Are you staying that elevated version? Up to you. Forward to lunge. We're going to glide one more full float of this. Pyramid pose. Tuck the chin. Forehead to shin. Maybe getting deeper if you're starting to get the coordination of it. To lunge. Okay, let's bring the hands up to thigh. If you're all the way down to the ground, let's get our hands to the thigh. Find your focal point. Find your balance. Reach for the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, lower the arms with control. Bend the back knee and spring out of that. Walk it out.
My stride leg.
Your strive legs are aching here. We're going to sweep back into our forward fold and do an opening with this. So we're going to come on down either to thighs or to the floor, and we're going to open to each side. I will cue you through this. Inhale, reach up, nice and tall. Exhale, come into your forward fold to your thighs, knees are bent, or to the floor. I'm going to take it all the way to the floor. You certainly can be in that elevated. Let's bend deeply into the right knee, like really bend that right knee. Lift the left arm towards the ceiling. Take a breath in, don't hold your breath. Exhale, sweep that down. Bend into the other knee, open on the other side. Opposite knee to hand being raised is bent. Put that hand down one more time, each side. Knee bends, other arm lifts. Hand down, knee bends, other arm lifts. Hand down, then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll yourself up to standing. Nice and tall. Great job. All right, we're going to not do this one, Kevin. We're going to come down to our hands and knees here on the mats, and we're going to be doing a tabletop float with our knee being brought up to the. I'll go this way.
Do you need a chair or something?
Yes, the stool here would be good. Okay, so the full version is squeeze the knee into the chest and bring the knee down, and then we extend the leg long and tuck the toes. Okay. So Kevin's going to be doing full version of that. Hands and knees, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Okay, bring a knee up to the chest and put that knee back down. And bring the knee up to the chest and put that knee down. Extend the leg long and tuck the toes. This is what the people in full version are doing. Now take the pressure out of those toes and any amount, lift the heel. And then swing it all the way through knee to chest and squeeze. Lower it down. Other side. Squeeze knee to chest and lower it into place. He's tucking his head, and you can absolutely do that and involve the abdominal muscles. That's fine. You don't have to, but you can. All right, doing one more time, I guess, and then we'll do the extension because I saw you on the way, I think. All right, extend the leg long, tuck the toes and press into that leg back there, right? Press through. Now lighten the actual weight into that leg and lift towards the ceiling and lower.
Don't forget that.
Lift, I'm fine. And lower and bring it all the way through to knee to chest and squeeze. There you go. And let's sit down on our seats on the floor here. We're doing strap work. So in a chair, you can still do strap work with your legs. That's not a problem. You need to sit forward onto the chair and really have your feet flat on the floor, especially the one you're not working on. Okay? So feet are extended long. Get yourself on your seat bones. We're just going to do the whole series with our strap. Strap around the sole of the foot. Nice and low, we're just going to open to the side and bring it back. Okay, Kevin's going to do that right now. Open to the side and bring that back.
Still facing forward.
Facing forward the whole time. There's no rotation. Here I'm on the chair. My foot is out here. I'm doing a very small motion here. I'm on a swivel stool. So one of the things to do is make sure that the strap isn't so long that you're messing up your shoulders, okay? Reach forward and get a hold of that. Nice and small. Open to the side. Now, can you slow it down for the people that are on the floor, not in a chair? Slow it down, shorten the strap a little bit, and get some lift out of that, and put it down. Bring it back. Lift and open. And bring it back. Both straps go into your left hand. I'm going to do a bit of a forward fold over the leg. That leg is extended long and come up. Float forward. We're going to do 2 forward floats in each position. Going to anchor, pivot leg and body, and forward fold. And glide. Push through the hand, bring the foot back, and glide forward. Glide forward. Open to the side, turn the body, glide forward. You really have to use that supporting leg when you're in a chair. One more time, to the front. And glide forward. Now, any amount, put the straps in each hand, elbows wide, and lift the foot towards the face, which is where we usually start, and glide it back down. I'm going to shorten my strap up a little bit. It was too much in my shoulders. Lift and lower. One more time. Holding whatever this is. This is not applicable to chair folks. Okay, just come on forward into a deep forward fold. And come on up. Going to the other side. So in the chair, you can make sure that other knee is bent, your foot is underneath you, okay? Let's take the straps both into your left hand, nice and low, open to the side, and bring it back. Look at you almost do a full half circle there. That's amazing. Do you want that chair out of your way? Nice and low. He's got such great motion, range of motion. Okay. Shorten up the strap if you want to. If you want that extra little bit of height. We don't rock into that, okay? Because there's a lot of cheating you can do. You can be like this and doing all kinds of crazy things. We just want to stay very still. Lift and open. Lift and open. Last one. And then both straps go into your right hand. Come up tall. Lift up those rib cages away from the hip bones and forward fold. Use the strap to encourage. Don't stay there though, let's just float. Float. Anchor the hand and use it to pivot and turn. Tall and float. Gliding through. That left hand is going to press and help you come around and forward. Just close the hinge. Don't curl up. Just close up the hinge. Anchor. Pivot. Forward fold. And final time forward. Come into a forward fold. Take a look at how close you are to the mats, to the shins, as you're forward folding here. Now come on up. A strap in each hand. Lift the foot towards the face. Get that nice back leg and then let it go. Gliding up and down. One more time. And the next time we're going to hold. Find that static hold. Now follow with the shoulders down to the mat. Look how much deeper you are into your forward fold because we approached it differently. And come on up, put your straps aside, and we're coming into cross-legged pose. Okay, cross-legged, it doesn't matter which shin is in front. And we're just going to scoop up the belly here and come into a forward fold here. So we don't cross-leg when we're on a chair, right? We just keep forward and just any amount, we're just going to scoop up and come forward. Curling up and draping. Come on up. Maybe your hips are feeling super tight today and that is just where you're at. Do it again. Scoop through. So feel that hollowing out through the rib cage and belly and use that to come forward. It's not a big change, but it seems to shift the way our body moves and thinks through that. Okay, opposite hand to knee. Watching Kevin, if you're on the floor, this is where we would like you to be, but if this is where you need to be, that's great too. Grab opposite knee with hand, reach up and come into a turn. Maybe with people in the chair, you're going to grab the back of your side of your chair and turn. I always see Kevin nodding his head because he wants to make sure he's not too tense in the neck as he turns. This is a mid-body twist, not a neck twist. Look forward, arm up in the air, and lay yourself into any amount of side bend, using that knee as an anchor. Inhale tall, reach. One more time, sinking that shoulder towards the thigh. Come on back And let's lay that hand down on the mat beside you, or you grab a hold of the base of your chair and lower left ear to shoulder. Okay, if it's too much, bring that hand closer. Otherwise, we just go and we just lay a hand on the side of the head. Slow, deep breaths. Gently to release with the hand and bring the head to neutral and take your other arm to center here. Let's look as far as we can. Left and right. And changing sides here. Okay, so opposite hand knee. There we go. Oh, let's change which way our shins are crossed. I forget because I'm not cross-legged. Rock back. Change which way your shins are crossed if you're cross-legged. Grab opposite knee. Get your height. Lift it up. And come into your turn. Either laying the hand on the floor or taking a bind with your chair and turn. Shoulders wide. Waist and low ribs are just soft and twisted. Nod the head. Come on forward. Reach up and sink into your side bend. Don't hold your breath here. Let's do it again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come on over. Sweep that arm around. Lay it on the floor.
I always hover.
Or hover. I'm going to anchor with the chair and lay the left ear to the shoulder.
Right ear.
Right ear to the shoulder. Thanks, Kevin.
For mirror.
We're mirroring. And put your hand on the side of your head. I don't know my rights from my lefts after teaching. Gently release. I could never take a driver's test anymore. And just give your shoulders a soft roll. Let's just go through a nice rotation through. Doing half circles with the body. Press through the feet. Change direction. Now coming back to where we started here, let's just hollow out through the belly. Just do a bit of a scoop through and any amount come into a forward fold. Roll yourself back to upright.
Or sleep.
Or stay there and sleep. We're going to do our cat-cow. Okay? So this is hands and knees. Definitely, we've got a really good chair version. I'll get there with you guys. Okay, but hands and knees. Knees under hips. Hands under shoulders. Spread out those hands nice and wide. Make sure the creases of your elbows are pointing forward. Now we're just going to tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, and arch the back. Push away, then sway the spine, lift the tailbone, and bring the heart forward. With the breath, inhale. Oh no, that's an exhale, you're right. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Okay, we're here. Exhale, push away. Inhale, lift the tailbone, sway the spine. Exhale, push away. One more time, inhale, sway. Come to neutral. And we're going to do our rotations in the hands. We're just going to stay there for a moment. Okay, if you're in a chair, put your hands on the table in front of you here. So we've got that nice crease of the elbow forward. Like if I put my forearm down, I'm tracking back towards my knee. Okay, so that's the rotation in the shoulder I have. It's not an elbow rotation. Now, rotate in the shoulders and bring the elbows to the side. People think it's about the elbows, but it's in the shoulders. This is so good. This is called shoulder corkscrews. I have a hard time with this one. Roll through one more time. Again, great for carpal tunnel issues. And come to a halt. Sweep the legs through to seated again. Make sure my timing's not off. This is wide-legged seated pose. Okay. Make sure you've got yourself on the seat bones here. And you can soften your knees a little bit. If that's just too much with straight legs, what I ask of you is to take your ego out of this, okay? So if you can go as even way, way wider, but it's all you can stand in, it's all you can think about. Yes, exactly like that. Is we bring our feet, our heels back in about an inch or so we can work within this seated position and not be too much into a hardship. Again, we're going to do that. Scoop out the belly here and just come forward any amount. This is probably very small, but we want to measure of where you're at. And then come on up and slide forward. And come on up. Let's reach out and grab a hold of that left foot and take the right arm up and over. Don't hold your breath through that. Let's just swing through almost like a great big rainbow and come to the other side. And come back around, bringing that foot to meet the other leg. We're going to take a strap on that extended foot and go into a forward fold float. I'm just putting my foot out there and I'm going to face that leg in the chair. Okay, so this one's a nice base, wide toes. Inhale nice and tall. Exhale, draw yourself over top of that leg any amount. Bring yourself up. Maybe you have to push up with your hands. That's okay. And float forward. You don't need the straps when you're seated on the chair. And come on up. We're not going to do the rotation. One more time. Any amount. And come up. If you're in a chair, you have to be very seated forward for this to have the freedom to move. No reclining. Okay? Changing sides. So take that foot out to the side. Take the strap off. We're going to extend that other leg. There we go. Turn to face your extended leg. Put a lasso around that little doggy. Oh, he got a foot cramp. But you're going to keep your foot tucked. He's going to look after his foot cramp. Nice and tall. Looking at that leg. Any amount. Come into a forward fold. And come on up. And slide it back down. One more time. And come on up. And let's let that go. And go back to the wide-legged forward fold. See where you're at. Okay, so sitting in a chair, we just got our knees out. That's fine. Inhale nice and tall. Scoop through and come into your forward fold any amount. You can put your hands on your thighs if you need extra support in the chair. And come on to upright. Let's cross the legs if you're seated. Gonna take our hands to our sides of our heads here. Draw the elbows back, feel your spine align. Roll the elbows forward. Inhale wide. Just fingertips on the side of the head. We're not clasping the head. Roll. Come wide again. And let's lower that opposite elbow to knee. And come up to neutral spine. Opposite elbow to knee. And up to neutral spine. One more time, each side. There you go, and come to neutral. Okay, we're going to be laying down on the mat for the next sequences. I'm going to show you this really quickly. I think we did this last week, but I'm going to just act like this is the first one you guys have come to, and you need to know this. We're laying on our sides, and we're doing our knee tap in front, toe tap behind. We're doing that sequence. We're doing a leg lift. And then when we're on our backs, we're going to be doing our big leg rotations. Okay, so come on down. Doesn't matter which side you're on. Lay down on the mat. Make sure your hips are stacked. You don't have that top hip kind of leaning forward. Okay, Okay, I always just put my hands there because it's the easiest way for my brain to know where that is. And then just put a hand on the mat in front of you for nice stability. Just bend the top knee, tap it in front of you, tap the toe behind. Now think about this as you rock through. How does the hip feel? And then we start to ask a little more as we tap the knee in front, start to lift that heel up. As you tap the toe behind, lift up the knee. We're getting more of an opening in the hip, more motion, rolling through. So good if you have sciatica issues or hip aching in the morning. If your hips are really just stiff in the morning, it seems like it takes a half hour for things to start to move really good. It's really good to do this in bed before you even get going. Last one. Now stack the legs one on top of each other, nice and straight. And with the blade of the foot, not the toe. If you lift with the toe, you're turned into that hip. We're lifting with the blade of the foot towards the ceiling and lowering it down. Nice and slow and controlled. Lift and lower. This time when you lift, hold, give it an extra little pull, and lower it down. Rolling onto our backs for our leg rotations here. So you roll over to the back, knees are bent, and feet are on the floor. You can put your hands on your abdomen or alongside the body, palms down. And let's just take the other leg, because if the one is tired maybe, up towards the ceiling and create slow, controlled circles. Whew, that's close to my face.
My foot?
Yeah.
Oh, you're fine.
I think you're brushing my bangs. Let's change direction. So this isn't a flinging motion with the leg. This is very controlled. Bend the knee and put that foot on the ground. Changing sides. I like that he says I'm fine when I'm the one with a foot in my face.
You're fine.
Slow. And just one hip is going to feel very different from the other, likely. So just pay attention to that.
I very carefully arranged.
Change direction. You do a really good job of not kicking me, I will say. Ever since that one time. Okay, pause. We're rolling over to the other side. We completely flip which end of our mat just so we can stay facing you, but you can just roll over to the other side. Get yourself situated. Stack up the hips, hand on the mat in front of you, and bend the knee. Tap the knee in front. Tap the toe behind. How does this hip feel? When we do stretching and stretching type flexibility motions like this, the first couple are always just exploring where we're at. Let's start to lift that heel up high and knee up high. Going through that very intentionally. Maybe you can put your whole foot on the floor behind you. That's amazing. Pause, extend the leg long, blade of the foot towards the ceiling, and lift the leg and lower. Okay, and the next time you lift, hold. Now a little pull and lower it with control. Just a little bit extra. We're gonna be rolling over on our back for a couple more exercises, a bridge float, and some windshield wiper legs. I will very quickly demonstrate that right now before people lay down for those that it's foreign to. Okay, so bridge is feet are apart. I will cue you through this, of course. We lift the hips up. This is bridge pose right here. But we change that into a bridge float where we hug the knees to the chest. We extend the legs towards the ceiling, point, bend, and lift. Okay? So then I'm going to cue you to put your feet side by side, knees really nice and tight. And we're just going to lay the legs over to one side. This is called windshield wipers. Whoops. And the other side. Okay, so come on down to the mats. Now that you've kind of seen that, you know what we're up to. Settle yourself down. Feet are about hip distance apart. Reach your arms down alongside your body. Maybe you can even touch your heels with the tips of your fingers. Spread the toes wide. Let's press through the feet and tip the pelvis towards the ceiling and lay the spine down. Tuck your chin. Can you walk your shoulders underneath your back a little bit? Instead of having them all splayed and rolled forward, walk them underneath. Give yourself a real strong base there. All right. Press through the soles of the feet. Lift the hips towards the ceiling. Big breath in. Exhale, melt back down. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Try to get the low spine on the mat. Inhale, lift and press. Exhale, just melt everything back down. This time when we lift, we're going to hold, but don't hold your breath. Inhale, come on up. Now keep breathing normally. Let's lift the belly button as high as we can. Press through the feet, squeeze the quads, squeeze the glutes, really activate, and then just melt all the way back down to the mat. Hug the knees to the chest, lifting the feet off the mat. A little squeeze there. And starting with the toes leading up, point the toes on both feet. I will point on one, and take the feet up towards the ceiling. Support the back of the legs with the hands. Flex the toes towards the shins. Point the toes. Flex. Bend the knees. Squeeze to the chest. Then we let the legs go and the feet go back on the ground. We're going to put that together with the bridge and create a whole flow. Okay? Inhale, lift up into bridge pose. Exhale, melt down to the mat. Inhale and stay there. Exhale, squeeze the knees to the chest as you blow out all the air. Inhale, toes to the ceiling. Exhale, pull the toes to the shins. Inhale, point. Exhale, knees to chest. Put the feet back down. And we're going to go with that. I'm not going to cue every breath for this. I'm just going to cue you through the float. Lift up into bridge pose. Sink down to the mat. Hug the knees to the chest. Point the toes, support the back of the legs, and draw the legs towards the face. Let's bring that chin in. You're lifting your chin. Flex the toes. Point the toes. Bend the knees. Hug them to the chest. Pause here. Let's just rock side to side. Rocking across low back and hips. Kevin said, "Thank you." I think his low back needed a little massage. Make some circles with your knees. Round and round. And the other direction. Take a pause. Feet go down on the mat, very close together, side by side, knees side by side. And put your arms out like a big T shape. We're anchoring the shoulders to the floor. Lay the knees over to one side. Shoulders stay down, but that hip raises up. Pull them back up and over to the other side. At your pace, swinging through. So good for the low back and hips. Going through at your pace. Don't hold your breath. Extend the feet long. Pause. Sorry. Extend the feet long. Extend the arms above the head. Big stretch, fingertips to toes. Big breath in. Exhale, let all the joints release. We're going to do that again. Inhale, let's put as much air as we can into the lungs. Inhale, a little more air. A little more air. Exhale completely. Blow out, empty out, and then breathe slowly and normally. Our elbows are soft, our feet are turned out to the side. And that's our class. You've done amazing things for yourself today. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for taking care of yourself. See you next time. Awkward pause. Awkward pause.
Why can't you have an awkward pause without announcing it's an awkward pause?
I had to push the activation button that makes awkward pause happen.